Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you all are good. Today we will do paper mathematics syllabus D, paper 1, 4024/11, October November 2022. First, before the start of the paper, we have to first read the instruction, and there is very important instruction for paper 1 is that calculator must not be used in this paper. We can't use calculator in the paper 1. Now students, we will start this paper, and this paper has 80 marks. Now students, question number 1, the temperature was minus 2 degrees centigrade. The temperature decreases by 8 degrees centigrade. Find the temperature after the change. We have to find the temperature which is decreases 8 degrees centigrade, and the temperature was minus 2. It means we have to subtract minus 8 from minus 2, and we get the answer minus 10. Now B part, on another day the temperature increases from minus 5 degree to 3 degree centigrade. Work out on the increase in temperature. That is the initial temperature which is minus 5 degree centigrade, and 3 degree is the final temperature. It means to find the workout, to find the increase in temperature, we have to subtract the minus 5 from 3. It means minus 5, and we get 3 plus 5, we get 8. That is the increase in temperature, which is 8 degrees centigrade. Now question number 1 is solved. Now students, question number 2, we have to find 45% of $1.20. It means we have to find 45% sign. When finished, we have to add 100, and then we have to multiply by it 1.20. Now we have to finish this by adding 100, and then we have to simplify it. That 1 0 is cancelled by this 0, and both are simplified by the table of 2 to 5 times, to 6 times, and now 5 1 times and 5 9 times, and 2 by 9 5 9 6 are 54 over 100, and by adding it we get 0.54, and this is the answer of question number 2. It's solved. $0.54 is the answer. Now students, question number 3, write this fraction in order of size starting with the smallest. We have to write first smallest and then largest in the end. First, how to find it? First we have to same the denominator, and we have to take the LCM. By taking the LCM of 12, 5, 30 and 15, 2, 6, 5, 15 and 15, and then 2, 3, 5, 15 and 15, then 3, 1, 5, 5 and 5, then 5, 1. First we take the LCM, and the 5 6 are 5 3 are 15, and 15 2 are 30, and 32 are 60. It comes 60. Now all our denominator will be equal to 60. 11 by 12, we have to multiply it by 5, and it comes 55 over 60. 4 by 5, we have to multiply by its 12, and 4 12s are 48 over 60. And 37 by 30, we have to multiply by it 2, and 27 54 over 60. 13 by 15, we have to multiply by it 4, 4, 12, 1 carry, 4, 1, 52 over 60. Now students, the denominator is same. We can write the smallest, easily find the smallest value. The smallest is 4 by 5 and then the 13 by 15 and then 27 by 30 and in the last 11 by 12. And question number 3 is done. Now students, question number 4. The diagram show the position of two ships A and B. On the diagram 1 centimeter represent 30 meters. Find by measurement the actual distance of B from A. Scale is provided to us, that is 1 centimeter to 30 meter. First we have to find the distance between 2 points A and B, and that is 5.2. According to my printing scale, that is 5.2. 5.2 and 1 centimeter, this is 5.2 centimeter, and 1 centimeter is equal to 30 meters. It means we have to multiply 5.2 by 30, and that is 5.2 30 0 0 and 3 to the 6 and 3 5 that 15. Now point after one digit and the answer is 156.0 meters. Now students, B part, measure the bearing of B from A. Now to measure the bearing from B from A, we have to use the protractor. From B from A, we have to measure that angle. That is point B, and we have to measure that angle. By using it, we can saw exactly the angle. By placing it in a correct position, we have to measure the angle, which is equal to 125. This is 120 and 5 digits, 125. Now students, this angle bearing of B from A is 125. Now students, C part, a third ship is positioned at C. We have to find the point C. And where is point C? Its location is that C is on a bearing of 162 from B. C point is bearing from 164 from A. First we have to find the bearing from 164 from A, and that's the point A, and 164, this is find the point 164, and that is 160 and 4 point, that is the point 164. Now and draw the line, and that is the angle 164. Now this angle is equal to 164, and next is and on a bearing of 252 from B. Now we have to also, and we know that that angle is equal to 180, that is a straight line, and we have to draw the angle here because it is 252. And first we have to find how much angle we have to draw there. We have to 252 subtract 180 and we get 15 minus 7 get 72. We get 72 there. Now that is 180 and we have to find the angle there, which is 72, and we have to find it, and 70, and that is 71 and 72. Match that point. Now the point C is a point where the both bearings cut. That is the point C which we have to find. and C is on a bearing of 164 degree from A, that we draw the bearing from 164 from A, and on a bearing of 252 from B, and that we draw the angle of, that angle is 252, and that is the angle of 252 that cut at that place, and that is the point C which we have to find and label. That is the position of C on the diagram. Now students, the question number 4 is solved. Now students, question number 5, a part, write 306.248 correct to 2 decimal places. We have to write this number correct to 2 decimal places. At 2 decimal place the number is 4. We have to write the number from that number, and we see that there is a number, next number is 8. That's why we write the number like that, 306.25. Part number 2, correct to 2 significant figure. We have to write the number correct to 2 significant figure, and that become 310, and that is the correct to 2 significant figure, that number. Because there is 6 and we have, when we have to round it, it becomes 310. Now students, B part, by writing each correct number to one significant figure, estimate the value of. We have to estimate the value of this number. We see that that number is a 9.37 square. It means 3 there. We have to estimate it 3. And 9. We have to write there 9 and square. And that number is 1046, and we write there 1000. And 10 to raise power 3 cube root. Now it take the square of a 9, we get 81, and that is 10 to raise power 3, 1 by 3. That power cancel each other, 81 minus 10, and we get 71 answer. And that is the answer of B part, question number 5. Now students, question number 5 is solved. Now students, question number 6, write this value as a power of 4. We have to write this as a power of 4, and this is 5 fours. We write it like that, very simple. Simplify, and 5, 1 by 2, and over square. That 1 by 2 multiply by 2, that cancel it, and we get 5. And its answer is 5. Now students, C part, simplify it, and 2 power 4 and 3 multiply by 4, we get 12, and by 2 multiply by 2 multiply by, and 2 to the 4, 8 and 16, x 12, we get 16 x power 12. Now students, question number 6 is also solved. Now students, question number 7, work out 7 by 8 minus 3 by 4. First we have to solve it by making denominator same, and 7 by 8 we multiply by 2, 3 to 6, and 8 by subtracting it, we get 1 by 8, and that 1 by 8 is the answer of part number 1. Now students, B part, work out and give your answer as a mixed number in its lowest term. Okay, that is 5 1 and 8, 8 by 5 divided by 4 by 7. This division sign change into multiplication by taking the reciprocal of it, and 4 1 2, and that's become 14 over 5, and we have to write in mixed number, 5 to 10, and 5 and 4 over 5, and that is the lowest term, and 4 over 5. Now students, B part is also solved. Now students, question number 7 is done. Question number 8, we have to make the factor of these values, very simple, by taking common 3 and A, and left 3 plus 4. Now students, this is the answer of A part. it's solved. Now students, question number 9, A part. In a Venn diagram, shade the region represented by A intersection B. That is the intersection. We know that the common part is the intersection and we have to shade this region. Now students, question number 9, A part is solved. And B part, the Venn diagram show information about the number of the students who study English, Spanish and German. That is the information is provided to us that the student is studying English, Spanish and German. Now in part number 1, find the number of students who study English and German but not Spanish. Look at this, that is the students which study English, that is the students which study German, and that is Spanish. We don't include these numbers, and there is only the number 5 which included in the number of the students who study English and German both. That is the number 5. 2 is also included in Spanish, that's why it's not included in this. And that number is only 5. It means our answer is 5. Now students, B part, find part number 2, find an German union Spanish and complement. We have to find the complement of this. And we know that the German and Spanish, that is a union of German and Spanish, and we find the number of complement. It means all other things are included in it without this. It means which are included in German and which are included in Spanish is not included in this. Other numbers are included in it, which is 11 and 4. When we add it, we get 15. Its answer is 15. Very simple. Question number 10, A part, write the number in standard form. We have to write the number in standard form, and we see how many zeros are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It means we have to write it like that. 3.8, 10 to the raise power 8. That's we write in standard form. B part, evaluate. We have to evaluate and give in your answer in standard form. And by dividing 2 by 4, we get 0.5, and 10 minus 3 and minus 9, and it becomes 0.5 minus 3 and minus 12. And by writing in standard form, when points come that side, it's minus 1 and 10 to raise power minus 12. By adding minus 1 as minus 12, we get 10 to raise power minus 13. Now the answer is 10 to raise power minus 13. Now students, question number 11, write 120 as a product of prime factors. We have to write it as a prime factors. We have to take the LCM of it. 60, 30, 15 and 5, 1, 5. Now we have to write it, and that is 2 powers 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 and 5. We have to write it as a product of prime factors. Now students, B part, use the information to find the smallest integer value of n that is a square number. That we have to find the value from this, that it become the square number. We know that given to us 5. When it becomes a square number, when there is one more 5 and one more 7, then it becomes the square number. That's why when we multiply it by 7 multiplied by 5, we get 35. That's our answer. That means if when we add 5, it's become 5 square, and when we add 7, there it's become 7 square, and then it's become a square number. It means the answer is 5 multiplied by 7, 35. Now students, question number 11 is also solved. Now students, question number 12, expand and simplify. We have to expand and simplify the numbers. That A part, we have to first multiply it. And 6x plus 3 minus 8x minus 6. By subtracting it, we get minus 2x and minus 3. And that is the answer of A part. Very simple. 2x minus 3. Now B part, and uh, we have to multiply it. X minus 3 plus 5x minus 3. X square minus 3x, 5x minus 15. Now by solving it, we get x square plus 2x minus 15. Now we get the answer x plus 2x minus 15. Now students, very simple. Question number 12 is solved. Question number 13, the nth term of a sequence is 3n square minus 1. Find the first three terms of the sequence. We have to find the first three terms. In this question, we have put 1 for n, and we get 3 minus 1 is equal to 2, and that is the first term is 2. And for second term we have to put 2, and 4, 3, 12 minus 1 we get 11, and 3 and power 2 we have to put there 3, 9, 9 3 27 minus 1 we get 26. We have to put the number 1, then 2, then 3 in this value, because we have to find the first three term of the sequence. That is very simple. Now students, B part, there are the first five term of the different sequence. That is the sequence. Find an expression in term of end for the nth term of the sequence. First we have to understand it, what is right there. There is right the powers of 3. 3, 0 is 1, and that is our first term, and that is second term, that is third, fourth, fifth, and we have to find the n. That is 3 power 0, and that is 3 power 1, 3 power 2, 3 power 3, 3 power 4. Same with, see that the term, the power is 1 subtracted from it. It means at the nth term we have to subtract 1. 3n minus 1. Now students, that is the nth term of this sequence. This is 3n minus 1. Now students, question number 13 is also solved. Now students, question number 14, that diagram is provided to us in this question, and B, C and D are point of the circumference of a circle center O. Now the point B, C and D are the point of the circumference who has center C. AB is tangent to the circle at B. We see that the line AB is a tangent. Now, and BD is a diameter, and that is BD is diameter, and OCA is a straight line. OCA is a straight line. Now, CDB is x. Now this is x degree. Find an expression in term of x. We have to find the expression in term of x for each of the following. Write each expression in the simplest form. And we have to write the expression in simplest form. First we have to find the COB. Now students, first we have to find the angle, that is COB at the center angle, and we know that the angle which is double, the center angle is double from the angle which is from any point of the circle. Now it means it is x, and it's become 2x. COB, that angle is COB is 2x. That our part number 1 is solved. Now next part, OAB. Now students, we have to find the angle OAB. We have to find the angle OAB. That is the angle we have to find. And we know that is a tangent. It means that angle is equal to, and that is a diameter, and that angle is equal to 90 degree. 90 degree. Now we see the triangle which is OAB, that is the triangle, and we know that the internal angle of the triangle is equal to 180. It means angle A plus that angle 90 and that angle 2C is equal to 180. Now students, we have to find the value of that angle A, OAB. We have to solve it. 180 minus 90 degree minus 2x, and that is 90 minus 2x, and angle OAB is equal to 90 degree minus 2x, and 90 degree minus 2x. Now students, this B part is solved, and C part, COB. We have to find the angle CO. Now in part C we have to find the angle CB and O, that angle, and that angle we have to find. Now students, we see that is a triangle CB and D, that is a triangle, and that angle is given to us x degree, and that is also the right angle. Now we have to find the that angle which is CB and O. Now internal angle of the triangle is equal to 180. Angle B we have to find, and it is equal to plus 90 degree plus x is equal to 180 degree. By finding angle CBO, we have to subtract 90 and minus x, and we get 90 degree minus x. Now students, this is the answer of angle CBO. We have to write there 90 minus x, and we have to find the expression in term of x. Now this question number 14 is also solved. Now students, question number 15, triangle ABC is mathematically similar to triangle DEC. When triangles are similar, it means that its corresponding sides are proportional to each other, and the sides are given to us, and we have to calculate AC. In part number A, we have to calculate AC. We see that the AC is proportional to CD. We see that the angle B is equal to angle E, and angle A is equal to angle D. That's why AC is proportional to CD. Now we have to write it like that: AC is proportional to CD. And that line AB is proportional to DE. And by putting these values 7, AB is also given to us 12, and DE is 3. We get 4, and by cross multiply 728. AC we get 28 centimeter. Now students, part number B, given that the area of the triangle ABC is 160 centimeter square, calculate the area of the triangle DEC. Here we also use the proportionality. We know that the DE is proportional to AB. Let's see, is proportion to AB. DE is 3 and AB is 12. And that is the proportion between both triangle 1 and 14. Now this is the side. When we get the area, it is in centimeter square. Area's unit in centimeter square. That's why we take the square of these values. We get 116. That is 16, and we know that the 160 divided us 160, and that's why we see that the 16 is proportional to 160. 160, it means if it becomes 1, and then it's become 16 divided by 16, it's by that is a unitary method. When we have to find, first we have to find the value of 1, and that is 1 is 10, and that is equal to 10 centimeter squares. It means its answer is 10 centimeter squares. Now students, question number 16. Find the gradient of the line L. We have to find the gradient of this line, and we know that the formula of gradient is my2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. First, we take the values, that point is equal to 5 and 2, and that 2 and 5, that is the point, and that point is uh, 3 1 and 3. Now students, that is our x, that is x2 and y2, x1 and y1. Now putting the values in this equation, now putting the values in this formula, we get y2 5 minus 3 and 2 minus 1, we get 2. 1 divided by 2, we get 2, and that is the answer of A part. Now students, B part, the shaded region on a diagram is defined by three inequalities. Write down these three inequalities. That is the shaded region, that triangle, and we have to find the inequality of three lines. We see that the line is equal to y is equal to 5, and that line is equal to x is equal to 1, and we have to find that line. And we already find the gradient of this line, which is 2. Now it's very simple to find this line. First we have to find the value of c, that is the equation of line mx plus c. We have to find the value of c by putting the value one of the values from this. Y is 5 and m is 2 and x is 2 plus c, and that is 5 is equal to 4 plus c. By subtracting 5 minus 4, we get 1. C is 1, and we know that by mx plus c, and we know the gradient, which is 2x, and c values also, which is 1. Now this line c is equal to mx. Uh, Now the line L is equal to the y is equal to 2x plus 1. Now we have to write the inequalities. We see that the part is lies below. That's why this inequality become y is less than and equal to 5. We see that x value is greater in the forward position. That's why we have to write x is greater than and equal to 1. Now for third line, which we have to find L, that now students, for line C, we see that the portion is lies in the upward direction, and it is means that is greater than. Now we have to write this y is greater than and equal to 2x plus 1. Now students, this question is also solved. We write the inequalities. Now students, question number 17. The diagram shows the speed time graph of Sam journey from house to work. That is the speed time graph. We have to find the acceleration in meter per second scale for the first 2 minutes of Sam journey. And that is the speed and that is the time. We have to find the acceleration. Accelerations means that is the gradient of this line. Now we have to find the gradient of this line, and we know that gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. We have to take 2 points, and that is now we have to take 2 points, that point 1 and point 2. Point 1 is equal to 120, and that is x, and y20, and point this point is 0 0. We have to write 0 0, and we call 1 1, y2. Now this is x2, and this is y2, and this is x1 and y1. y2 minus y2, we get 20 minus 0, and this is 120 minus 0, and we get 20 over 120. We also simplify it, and we also write it like that. Now students, A part is solved. B part, calculate Sam average speed in meters per second for the whole journey. Speed's formula is total time, total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Time is given to us, which is 600 seconds travel. The total distances lie in this area, in this graph. We have to find the area of this shape. We find it by splitting this shape, that triangle, and that become rectangle. And by adding it, we find the total distance. We also find the total distance by of a trapezium. That shape is trapezium, and we see that the two sides are parallel, and that the shape of the trapezium of this graph. We also find by both method, and the total distance is, trapezium formula is 1 by 2 sum of parallel sides for finding area of multiply by height. Now we see that the parallel side is equal to 600, and that is by one line is equal to 600, and second line we find it by subtracting 480, 120. We get 0, 6 and 3. We get 360 and height is 20. Now students, that height is 20. We put these values and solve it, and simply that become 10, and by adding it we get 3960 multiply by 10, and we get the area, which is total distance 9600. Now we put these values in this formula, which is 9600 divided by total time is 600, and by solving it, 961 and 3 goes, and 6 are 36, and that's becomes 16 meter per second. Now students, this is the answer of B part, which is solved. Now students, question number 18. B is directly proportional to the square of A. B is directly proportional to the square of A, that is B, and by we get this proportionality sign K. We have first find the value of K by putting the value A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 18, and 18 K, and thus it is 3, it's become 9, and K divided by 9 we get 2. K is equal to 2. K is 2. By putting these values in this becomes the equation, which is B is 2 A square. Now we have to find B when A is equal to 5. We have to put the value 5 square and 2, 25, and it becomes 50. Now B is equal to 50. Now students, B is equal to 50, and that is the answer of question number 18. It's solved. Now students, question number 9, ABD, that AB and D is an equilateral triangle. It means its three sides are equal, and C lies on BD, that is a perpendicular, and AC is perpendicular to DB, that is perpendicular. It means that angle is 90 degree. We have to show that the triangle ADC is congruent to triangle ABC, given a reason for each statement you make. Now we have to prove that triangle ADC is equal to congruent to triangle AC and B. Now we know that the both sides AC, these are the common, that is the common side. AC is equal to AC, and reason is for that, why AC is equal to AC, that is common side. Now students, AD is equal to AB, Why AD is equal to AB? Because it is equilateral triangle whose uh, uh, sides are equals. Equilateral triangle. Now angle DCA, angle DCA and angle BCA, angle BCA both are equal, and it is equal to 90 degree because we know that that is a perpendicular, and we have to prove three statements which are required to prove for a triangle to be congruent to another triangle, and one angle and two sides are equal. It means the triangle is equal to the second triangle. It means hence proved. Now students, question number 21. A farmer record the mass of each of the sheep. Some of the results are summarized in the table and illustrated in a histogram. That histogram is provided to us, and histogram is frequency, density, and mass, and there is mass and frequency. And in the part number A, use a histogram to find the value of A. We have to find the value of A. It means we have to find the frequency. That value we have to find it part number A, and we know that that is the frequency value, and frequency we find that frequency density is given to us, and frequency density is equal to frequency over class width, and we find the frequency by multiplying frequency density by class width. And class width is very simple. In this the class width is 5, and there is class width is 10. 15 to 20 the class width is 5, and there is class width is 10, and 30 to 50 class width is 20. Now that class width I have right, and that's the class width is 5, and frequency density is given to us, and for this frequency density is 1. We saw from the uh, histogram, and that is 1, and for this frequency density is 2, and for this frequency density is 6, that is 6. And we easily find the value of frequency. Now our frequency is equal to A, and frequency density is 6, and class width is 5. Very simple. And A is equal to 30. That our answer is 30. Very simple, students. Now students, second part, complete the histogram. We have to complete the histogram, and the histogram is between class width and frequency density. We have to find the frequency density of it. Frequency density is find by dividing the frequency by class width. That is the frequency. When divide by 10 we get 4, and when divide 20 by 20 we get 1. That means from 20 to 30, it means from 20 to 30 we have to write height of 4. That is our histogram. And from 30 to 50, 30 to 50, that is 1. Frequency density is 1. And this one. Now students, our question number 20 is solved. Now students, question number 21 is given to us, an a plus 2b is equal to this. We have to find the value of b. A 3, 1 minus 4 and 2 plus 2b is equal to 1, 10, 5 and 12. When it goes this matrices go this side, its value become their sign, there is positive sign, and it's changed into negative, and minus 3, 1, minus 4, 2. We have to subtract the values from this. 1 minus 3, 5 minus 1, 10 minus 14, minus minus plus, and it becomes positive, and 12 minus 2. And there comes minus 2, and 5, 4, and that is 6, sorry, 14. 4 plus 10 we get 14, and 12 minus 2 we get 10. That is equal to 2b. To get the b, we have to divide it. Now we divide the value, and when we divide it by 2, we get minus 1. 4 divided by 2, we get 2. 14 divided by, we get 7, and 10 divided by 2, we get 5, and that is the value of b. We have to write it 1, 2, 7, and 5. Now students, this A part is solved. In part number B, we have to find the A inverse. And we know the formula of A inverse is equal to adjoint of A over determinant A. Now for finding the adjoint of A, we have to change to find the value of A adjoint, we have to change the sign of this diagonal and this position. We get 3 minus 1, 4, and 2. This position is changed. 2 comes there and 3 comes there. Now this is the adjoint of A, and for finding A determinant, we have to do determinant of A multiplying 3 multiply by 2 minus 4 multiply by 1. Now students, this is determinant of A is equal to 6 plus 4, we get 10. There comes 10. Now we write this value also, that 1 by 10, 2 minus 1, 4 over 3. Now students, this is the answer of B part. Now question number 21 is also solved. Now students, question number 22, x minus 6x minus 7 is equal to x plus a square plus b. Find the value of a and the value of b. We have to find this value 6x minus x. Open it, a square, 2ab and b square plus b. Now we see that x square is x square. We have to cancel it or ignore it. We see x value. This is x value and this is also x value. It means a 2a is equal to minus 6. We use the comparison. X values for x values, 2a is equal to minus 6, and we can find the value of a by dividing by 2 minus 3. A is equal to minus 3, and now we have to find the value of b by comparison with a square plus b is equal to minus 7. Now a, we already find the a, which is minus 3. When we take the square, it becomes 9, and b minus 7, and b minus 7. When it changes the positions, it's become minus 9, and by adding it, sign is negative, and by adding it we get 16, and the value of b is minus 16. Now students, question number 22 is solved. A part is solved, B part, and solve the equation. We have to solve this equation and show your working. X square minus 6x minus 7 is equal to 0, and that is when we multiplying by minus 7, we get 7. 1 times 7, we make the factors of it. 7 when multiplied by 1, we get minus 7, and when we add 1, we get minus 6. And x square is minus 7x plus x minus 7 is equal to 0. By taking common, x minus 7 plus x minus 7 is equal to 0. Both are same, and common x minus 7 and x plus 1 is equal to 0. X minus 7 is equal to 0 and x plus 1 is equal to 0. X is equal to 7 and x is equal to minus 1. Now students, these are the both answer of x. One is 7 and one is minus 1. Now question number 22 is also solved. Now students, question number 23, volume of a cone is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h. Curved surface area of a cone is pi r l. And surface area of sphere is 4 pi r square. These are the three formulas which are provided to us, and the question is that a solid cone has radius 5 centimeter. The slant height of the cone is 25 percent larger than the radius of the cone. That is the cone shape, and its radius is y, and this slant height is 25% larger than this radius. This situation is given to us, and first we have to find the that is the slant height, which we call L. We have to find the value of L. What is the value of L? We see that ratio of R and L, that ratio R is Y and it is 125 Y. That is 25% larger than the radius of the cone. It means we have to add 100, 25 into 100 into 25, and that the ratio between the R and L is that it means if radius is 100 y, it means we have to add 25 into the slant height, which is 125 y. That is the ratio between radius and slant height. And we have to divide for finding the 1. We have to divide 125 by 100 to find the slant height. And when we divide it, we get 1.25, or in fraction we get 5 by 4 y. It means the slant height is equal to 5 by 4 y. That is the slant height, which is equal to 5 by 4 y, or 1.25 y. We write any value there. Now the next situation is that a solid sphere has a radius r centimeter. We know that sphere is in a, that is the shape of the sphere. The surface of area of the sphere is equal to the total surface area of the cone. That is the surface area of sphere. That surface area is equal to the total surface area of a cone, and the surface area of the cone is equal to the curved surface area and that flat surface area, which is circle. Of a sphere formula is given to us, which is 4 pi and r square, and that our solid sphere r is also given us to us, and that is capital R. Now we have to find the total surface area of a cone. We have to find the total surface area of the cone, which is equal to the curved surface, which is pi rl, pi r which is equal to y, and l which is 5 by 4 y. Add that which is a circle, and that is equal to pi r square. Pi and r is y square. By solving it, pi r square, and we have to take for common, that is the y square. Pi y square is common and left 5 by 4 plus 1, and we cancel the pi by this, and 4 r square, take the LCM of it, and y square is equal to 4, 5 and 4, and it become 4 r square 9 by 4. By cross multiplying, we get 16 by 9 r square y square. We have to find the value of y, that we have to prove it. Now taking under root both sides, and y is square is finished, and we get 4 over 3r. That is the square of 4, and that is the square of 3, and that r. Now we prove it, and we have to show our working clearly, and that a part is solved. Now students, part number B, find the volume of a cone in term of r. Given your answer is simple as possible. Now we have to find the volume. The volume formula is provided to us of a cone, which is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h. Now r is given to us y, but h is not provided to us, that is h. First we have to find the value of h. We see that that is a right angle triangle, and by applying the Pythagoras theorem we find the value of h. H, you know that slant height is equal to square is equal to h square plus y square, and L square is h square, and y goes that side, it's L square minus y square, and L values we know 5 by 4, 5 by 4 y minus y square, that is 25 by 16 y square minus y square. By taking the LCM, 16, 25 by, and that is 16 y square, and we get h square, that comes by subtracting 9 y square and 16. By taking under roots both sides, we get h is equal to 3 by 4 over y. Now the value of h is 3 by 4 over y. We put the values in this equation, which is 1 by 3 pi r square is equal to y square, and h is 3 by 4 over y. And by solving it, we get pi over 4, and that is y cube. We also know the value of y, which is 4r cube over 3, and we write there v is equal to pi 4, r is 4r square over 3, and this is cube, and v is equal to pi, by multiplying 4 multiplied by 4 and 4 we get 64, and there is 9 multiplied by 4 and r cube, and by solving it 4 1 and 16 get v 16 over 9 pi r cube. Now students, this is the simplified value of a volume in terms of r, which is the demand of the question. Now we have to write the answer there. 16 over when we have to multiply 3 by 3 times, and we get 27 there, and that is 27. 16 over 27 pi r cube. Now students, part number B is also solved, and this paper is done. I hope you understand this paper very well. This is very important for your practice. Thank you very much students for watching my videos. Take care of self. Allah Hafiz.